Good evening, everyone. I'm here to pay a visit to my father, George Gordon. My name is Catherine, and I am George's one of 12 children. I was born in Penetanguishene in 1829. My mother, Agnes Landry, was the daughter of a First Nation chief from Michigan, and she was George's second of 3 wives. I just realized you probably don't know who George Gordon is. George Gordon was born in 1787 in Montreal. His father was Colonel Gordon of the British military, but he passed away at the West Indies. When George was 20 years old, in 1807, he joined the Northwest Company as a fur trader. By 1817, he was no longer in the employ of the Northwest Company, but he was an independent voyageur. He spent a few years at Drummond Island, and he fought at Fort Mackinac for the British Army in support of the British Army at the War of 1812. When George was 38 years old, he came to the Penetanguishene area with his second wife and 3 children. George was one of the first pioneers of the Penetanguishene area and of the future town of Penetanguishene. He opened a trading post and was the area's first merchant. In 1828, he moved to Water Street and he built a house there, which is now known as the oldest house in Penetanguishene. My father was a very religious man, a very good Catholic, and many of the first services were held in our house, either led by a missionary or even sometimes himself. He was instrumental in having the first church, Catholic church, built in Penetanguishene on Robert Street and obtaining a priest for the church. In 1832, my brother William was sent out to look for a lost cow, but he never returned. 15 years later, a skull was found, and it was identified as William because of an oddly shaped tooth. My father passed away in 1852 at the age of 65, and William's skull was buried with him. I've lived in the Gordon house for 83 years until 1912, and now I live here in the cemetery. Well, it appears my father is out wandering somewhere around town, so I will bid you my leave and say farewell. Good night.